Start live button on that one. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a good Thursday night. As always, I want to start off the videos by saying, I want to thank all the essentials out there. I want to thank the doctors, nurses, just everybody that's out there doing their thing right now. And hopefully, you guys are all just, being safe, truck drivers, grocery store workers, fast food workers, truck drivers. I think I mentioned them. Construction workers, just everybody out there doing their thing right now and trying to make the best out of it. As always, wash your hands before and after every meal, and just try to do your best part, man. Everybody try to do their part and to making this all go away faster, and hopefully it goes away soon. And for the ones that are quarantined, hopefully you guys are doing good, and hopefully you guys are keeping the body right, your mind sound, everybody's okay. And I mentioned this yesterday, we want to get back to normalcy. Of course, we all want to get back to normal, make sure things are going normal, but at the same time we have to do it the right way. If you feel sick, stay home. If you feel uneasy about it, stay home. There's no shame in staying home. There's no shame in trying to do it smart, do it correctly. So I just hope everybody takes this as a fair precaution, and hopefully you guys are doing good. So let's get this thing started. So today we have the NFC East on hand. I'm actually waiting for somebody to connect, but before we do connect with him, uh, the NFC East consists of the Philadelphia Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, the New York Giants, and the Washington Redskins. So it's going to be an exciting year for them again. And we already have our first comment, Joan Garcia, rock on, as always. Yeah, rock on, dude. And hopefully, we get this show on the road. We're just waiting for one more guy. So we'll give him a few seconds. And already, God, I hate the Cowboys. I know, Julian. I know you do. I know you do. But it is what it is, man. And, we just have to, you just have to just take it with ease, man. You just got to take it one step at a time. So we'll see. We're trying to connect with a buddy of mine who's actually going to be here for the, Philadelphia Eagles, but we're having a little trouble right now. So we'll give him a few more seconds, see if he connects and everything. And I think he's on. There he is, my man. Tortuga, what's up, man? What's going on, brother? You can hear me? All right, that's good, Ben. That's good. Hey, thanks for tuning in today, man. Thanks for showing up. There he is.
I don't know if it's on my end. Let me check.
Technical difficulties. The life of COVID. Technical difficulties everywhere. I think he's on. I can hear you, so I mean, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, or we're good.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, well, we'll go with it. We'll see how this plays out and everything right now. So, for everybody that is watching this on Facebook Live right now, this is my good buddy Eric, and AKA Tortuga. I've known this dude now for years, and he is a avid Eagles fan, man. He loves his Eagles. And for the people that don't notice, what jersey we got going on today? What do we got going on today? We got a Deshaun Jackson? Yeah. We got a Deshaun Jackson jersey sighting going on. All right. I like it. Nothing beats Deshaun Jackson. I like it. So here we All right. Well, you know how this goes, man. We're going to talk about the NFC East, your division. We're going to talk about every team in that division, and we're going to talk about their schedule. And how we do it, we start with the previous division winner, and then we just go down from there. So, lucky for you, you're up. You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this then. So, here we go. Week 1, you have the Washington Redskins at week 1. So that's going to be interesting right off the bat. Ron Rivera's the new head coach. Jack Del Rio's the new defensive coordinator. Chase Young is the number 2 pick. Montez Sweat is already there. And really now it's all about the leap. If Dwayne Haskins can take that leap from year 2. You okay with this matchup right off the bat?
I mean, I feel like the matchup to start off like the second, I feel would be close. They start off pretty well, but it's a division game. You have to be careful though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean that's a no-brainer. You know, division games are always 50-50. You don't know what's going to happen, and then it's just it is what it is. So here we go. Then moving on to week 2. In weeks 3, you get back-to-back home games. Week 2, you got the Los Angeles Rams coming to Philadelphia. So I want to know your take on this. What's your take on the Rams releasing Todd Gurley and the whole gang? Like, it just seems like, hey, we're just gonna cut ties with everybody now. So
they seem to be all in. It seems like they had a good plan, you know, like, all right, we had some success with, Dobbs, Gurley, and all of them. And everything. Like, listen, but now it's kind of more on from them.
Yeah, it's yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And we have a comment already by Julian Garcia. I'll come in for the Cowboys if you're willing. No, no, Julian, you will not come in for the Cowboys because all you'll do is bash them. So, no, that is a no. But here we go. Week 3, another home game. Joe Burrow's coming to town. He's going to Philadelphia. Here we go. You know those Eagle fans, they love those rookie quarterbacks, man. They are ruthless when it comes to rookie quarterbacks. Oh. So what do you think? Week 3, Cincinnati. I mean,
see how fitting in with the and everything. I don't know, but
I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see. And then here we go. Weeks 4 and 5, back-to-back on the road. This is going to be a tough one. You guys got the 49ers at San Francisco. I mean, the thoughts? I mean, too early, too soon, or just the right time?
You're talking about San Francisco?
Yeah. What do you think?
I feel like for the game. Obviously they can run the ball, so I feel like we have a pretty good line to be able to stop that run game. They don't really. I feel I'm more scared of having a quarterback who's really aggressive. I think Gary has been at this point of our team for a while now.
I feel you. No, I get you on that one. And then well, I mean, for me, I'm excited for that one. I think that's going to be a good game for you guys. I think that's really going to test on where you guys really are in that conference in general, you know? You guys got the defensive line. Now it's just, can you stop that running game up in San Francisco? Then week 5, it's the Battle of Philadelphia. You guys got the Steelers at Pittsburgh, which is a long flight from Philadelphia. But
that rivalry in the same state.
It's. I mean, I understand that. I can understand if it's a sloppy game for you guys because that flight from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh is such a long flight. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys get jet lagged. Did we lose him? I think we lost. Nope, there he is. Okay. I thought we lost him for a second. Then here we go. Week 6, week 7. You guys got the Ravens on week 6 at home. Lamar Jackson coming to town. Nervous?
Yeah, dude. I feel like usually, there's players that come in and league from one season that then the defensive coordinators have time to, look at tape and get plans on, how to act, what they're doing. be interesting to see, like.
I mean, it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, it's like I said, Lamar Jackson's going to be one of those dudes where you can't stop him, so you might as well try to contain him as best as you can. So, I mean, you know, we'll see. We'll see from there. And then let's see. Here we go. Moving on to week 7, another home game, and it's really 4 days later. You guys got the Giants on Thursday Night Football. So, I mean, that's your first primetime game of the year. It's another division game. I mean, what'd you think?
The Giants are always scary. Sometimes we always seem to struggle with them for some reason. Even right now, during these years that they've been doing bad, we end up winning the game, but we struggle. We struggle with them, you know?
I think that's what the problem is.
Okay. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see then. Week 8. Oh, man, it's your favorite team, the Cowboys. The Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. You love those Cowboys, right? I mean, those Cowboys, man, you got to love them, right? On Sunday Night Football, Philadelphia. That's going to be fun, right? Right?
Dude, the Cowboys.
I mean, you know, hey, you got to make it big. Oh, I know. And this, you can't say it here or else we get kicked off immediately. So you're going to have to, like, try to refrain yourself. Now, when the show's over, you can tell me all about it. But you can't say it right now. So, so Sunday night, I mean, honestly.
I don't know. It's not always tough games. No, you know, we don't like each other.
Oh, yeah, no. It's throughout the history between Philadelphia and the Dallas Cowboys, it's just one of those games that somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's always going to get hurt because of the hatred there. It's just one of those games where it's the classic, you know, we're too good for everybody and versus the blue collar city. So that's what it is. And personally, I love it. I love it. And for Sunday Night Football, you can best believe I'm going in. I'm going in. So, I mean, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to have my beer in hand. I'm going to have my food in hand. And it's going to be a good time. So, let's see here. Then week 9 is your bye. So, after all said and done, what do you got your first 8 weeks? What do you got?
After the first 8 weeks, I mean, I'm an optimist, so, like, I feel like we could easily be 5-3.
Woo!
After the first 8 weeks.
All right. You said it. Let me hear those.
We could potentially lose to the Niners, maybe the Ravens.
Maybe the Ravens?
Hey, man, I never know. Like, it's not a big battle now, but any given Sunday, you know?
All right. Well, now. All right, so let me hear it. Let me hear those 5 wins. All right, let me hear those 5 wins.
Really, they won't do anything. They'll just find a way to lose the Cowboys.
Oh, man. So, Tortuga, we're actually going to try calling you because I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my end or your end, but you just keep going in and out. Like, we hear you, but we can't see you. So we're going to just try calling you better. Okay, pal? All right. Give me a few seconds, and then we'll set everything up, okay? All right. Thanks, brother. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was going on there. I saw him. I don't know if people saw him, but we just couldn't hear him. And he was just kind of lagging at the few seconds. But we're going to try calling him. And okay, so if you give me a few minutes on that one, we're going to work our magic on that. On this right now. So let's see here. So give me one quick second here, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, as he mentioned, you know, he's a little bit optimistic than I am. He has them going 5-3. I kind of have them going maybe 3-5. I just don't know if that offense is ready to roll. I don't know how the secondary is going to look. I know they signed Darius Slay, but they did lose Malcolm Jenkins. I don't know how it's going to work out. And I know they drafted well and they meant well. They just, to move on from Malcolm Jenkins was hard. I just think that, they should have just kept them around, especially if they were going to trade for Darius Slay. I think I mentioned this before on the Eagles thing on their mock draft, their video. I mentioned that, that he was going to be a good dude. And I thought it was going to be a great pairing had Malcolm Jenkins and Darius Slade stay. So, I mean, it's a shame that he couldn't, but here we are. And I think right now he's optimistic. He says 5-3. He thinks that they can maybe get a win against the Ravens. I don't know. I really don't know. We're going to try to get him on again. We have little technical difficulties here. So give us a few seconds here. Will we be able to get him back or?
Let's see.
Oh, what's going on? Everything okay?
Yeah.
Oh, on here.
Hey, how does it sound? Better?
Oh, way better.
Oh, man. Way better. All right.
Okay.
There he is, everybody. There he is.
I would hear like 2 seconds later.
Yeah, we kept getting that audio too. It will be like, oh, he hears us, but does he hear me? But it's all good now. We're all good now.
Better, yeah, for sure.
All right. So you said 5-3. Lay it on me. Who are the 5 wins? Lay it on me.
I mean, I never want to think we're gonna lose to the Cowboys. Of course, right? But
you hate losing to them.
we like to get a close hope, right? We don't lose a game. We let them win a game, so they.
Oh, that's what it is.
Win the division over us. So I think we'll lose to maybe the Niners, the Ravens, and the Cowboys in the first 8.
Oh yeah, because you gave them the win. Yeah. Okay, sure. We give the Broncos wins too every year, just to make it even, I guess,
It's that much sweeter, like they think they're, give them an early game and then just crush their whole plate late into the.
God, it's like I'm talking to Stephen A. Smith, dude. It's like, we're going to make you think you're good. And then right at the end, you're going to collapse. And we're all here for it. We're all here for it.
You're a Cowboys fan, man. They always get too cocky, when they, they win back an early game. They go 3-0 like last season, and they're already claiming Super Bowl champs.
No, I mean, I think one of my favorite memes from last season, and unfortunately, it came with the losses of Dallas, but it was that meme where it says "You still them boys," and it's the quarterbacks of the teams they lost to. And then a stupid black cat. I was like,
every loss.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, you guys are jerks, man. Like, what they do to you guys, man? It's just, I don't know. But to be real with you, optimistically, like you, I think 4-4.
4-4.
It's just.
But I'm an optimist. Like, I don't know. Anytime you look at them, you're like, no, they can win that. And it's like, it's true, right? They can lose and win any game.
It's just, I don't know. I'll put it to you like this. You only have 3 road games and 5 home games. It's just the way I see it. Those road games are going to be tough. Obviously, with Washington, you never know because it's a division game. You know what the 49ers are. You know what the Steelers are. And then, unfortunately for you going home, you have the Ravens coming home. The Cowboys, which I know you don't want to admit it, their offense got a whole lot better with that one pick of CeeDee Lamb.
Their defense.
I mean, I get that. But I think what Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy decided was, screw our defense. If they could just hold up, we will score 35. I don't care if my defense gives up 34. We will score 35.
That's does put a lot more pressure on like opposing offenses, knowing that hey, they have a high-powered offense, on the side that they're more likely gonna get some points, So it's like your own team's gonna have that much more pressure. Like hey, we can't have 3 and outs, we can't have turnovers, because we're giving that high-powered offense on the other side. But
I mean, well, it's a wait and see.
I feel like their offense is pretty good though. Like the weapons they added in the draft with Jalen Reagor, like some speed, on the outside, just helping Ertz and Goddard work the middle, just keeping defenses on it. They just can't, just have everyone up close.
I understand you just said Jalen Reagor, but I want you to explain to everybody when I called you on draft day, CeeDee Lamb was a Cowboy. Just let me see that expression. Let me see that expression that CeeDee Lamb is a Dallas Cowboy.
I mean, it happened. Like, I don't know. I didn't want it to happen. I was sad it happened because, of course, I would prefer him, to be an Eagle. But I don't know. They picked him up, and I mean, I'm pretty happy with Jalen Reagor. Like I don't know. Like I saw some of his tape, afterwards after he got drafted. Just to do a little more research on the guy. They got him, and like I don't know. Like I like what I saw on tape. Like I don't know. It just seemed like he was a really good wide receiver. Obviously has speed. Who can learn from Deshaun Jackson?
Oh yeah.
He can. I don't know. Like he high points the ball pretty well.
Oh yeah.
From the state, so like just someone that's really fast and you can just throw the ball and like he's gonna go get it.
I mean, don't even feel bad, dude. I had a.
Team,
Oh yeah, don't even feel bad, dude. I had to cancel my CeeDee Lamb Raider jersey. Like the second I put the order in, it's like, all right, I gotta cancel this. Get my money back. We got Henry Ruggs, which I'm okay with. It's just there's pros and cons to everything. You know what I mean? And I gave my pros, I gave my cons. So, I mean, but we're talking about the Eagles right now. So after the bye week, you guys got back-to-back on the road. You guys got to go to New York. And then you guys got to go to Cleveland for week 11. Back-to-back on the road right after the bye. That's pretty harsh. You know what I mean? Because you had a good run at home games, and now it's like, oh, this is where all the away games are about to happen. Yeah. And it's right after the bye. So back-to-back on the road. You guys got the Giants week 10. Week 11, you got the Cleveland Browns. Now, here's the matchup I really want your honest opinion in. Week 12, Seattle, Monday Night Football. Does Jalen Hurts get a start this year?
I'm feeling pretty good about that game. The Seahawks have had our number for the past 3-4 seasons. Ever since Russell Wilson became a Seahawk, I feel like we've lost to them. But I just feel like their team is going to be coming with some vengeance. How our season ended last season, with that hit.
Oh, yeah, that
they're going to be coming out, looking to prove that hey, we were the better team last season. It's just our quarterback got injured, unfortunately.
I mean, and that was, I wouldn't say it was a cheap shot. I just think it was like an unfortunate event that happened right there. What? How? But yeah. You don't have to worry about it this year. Jadeveon Clowney is not on the Seahawks, so you're fine. You're okay. You're going to be good. So I'm going to be waiting for that one. Monday night.
It's football, man. Injuries happen.
Oh, yeah. It happens all the time. And then here's where it gets interesting.
It's delicious, but you can't. How can you really be intense? I don't know.
They're different. It's different, but this is where it gets interesting. Week 13, you got to go to Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's Lambeau Field. It's very rare that he loses at Lambeau Field. So this is gonna be the.
We beat him last season. I feel confident with that too. I feel it's a winnable game. We beat him last season. We just pretty much established the run and just ran it down their throats. They couldn't really stop the run.
Oh yeah.
And we just kept Aaron Rodgers off the off the field. I mean, Devontae Adams was tearing us up, but
I mean, well,
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, a bunch of receivers were tearing up your secondary last year. Let's be fair about this. It wasn't just Devontae Adams; it was a bunch of other dudes. But now, like I mentioned, you guys got Darius Slay. You know, it just sucks that Malcolm Jenkins couldn't be there because that would have been a good safety corner tandem. You know, Malcolm Jenkins in the bag, Darius Slay as a corner. That would have been great, but it happens, you know.
Yeah.
But don't worry, if you didn't get to say your goodbyes to Malcolm Jenkins, Week 14, the Saints go to Philadelphia. Now you get to say goodbye to Malcolm Jenkins because he's coming to town.
Say hi to an old friend, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm sure he's got a couple, you know, farewell wishes himself too. So
I feel that's scary just because, you know, Drew Brees and all those like passing weapons he has, like it'll be a good test for our secondary, you know, like I don't know, at that point we'll like have a really good idea how our team is, you know, that late into the season.
I mean, you're by week 8, you'll know what kind of team you have. I think that's everybody around the league. By week 8, you know what kind of team you have. You'll know. So I mean, it's just right now to look at it from this far off, it's like that's going to be a good one. And then week 15, week 16, you know, back on the road, back-to-back road games. Week 15, you got that new Arizona dynamic with Kyler Murray, Larry Fitzgerald.
And Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Huh, okay. I've been getting a lot of slack lately because I've kind of put my marbles and everything in there saying that Kyler Murray's going to be a Pro Bowler next year. Am I just wrong or am I off? Did I miss something?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, you know, like, I mean, you would think that the addition of DeAndre Hopkins would just kind of elevate it, right? But it's like, you kind of have to see him play because, you know, like, sometimes, like, you know, you got the dream team like the Eagles, right? That it's just like everything looks good on paper and it's just it's not a fit.
I mean, I think there was one comment yesterday when I mentioned that. I think somebody said that these guys are going to be the Browns from last year. They had all the offensive hype and then they did nothing. They did nothing. So
that's true, but I mean, kind of like you said, like the Cowboys, like, you know, like, hey, we might not be the greatest defensive team, but we're just gonna score a bunch of points, and you're gonna have to keep up.
I mean, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's gonna be exciting. And
they have Kenyon Drake, right? Too.
They have Kenyon. They have Kenyon Drake. It's just
Gerald. Like, I mean, that's a pretty good offense.
I mean,
it's just Murray if he takes that next step, you know, in year 2.
Now, if he fails, then year 3 for Kyler Murray is a make or break. Because after that, it's like it's going to be very difficult for them to believe you if you have a very bad year 2 and then you followed up with a not so memorable year 3. But we'll see. We shall see. Week 16, you get to go to your favorite place ever, Dallas, Texas. The Cowboys again.
Gotta go in there, you know, crush a lot of hopes.
And I think this is around the time where it's like, hey, man, right on cue, you know, Stephen A. Smith starts playing. How about those Cowboys?
An accident waiting to happen, right?
It's like, man, dude, I want to believe in the Cowboys. It's just, it's like, what the hell? Like I want to believe in them. I do. I do want to believe in the Cowboys. I just every year since I've been watching this sport, it just seems like, dang, why? What went wrong? Like, I'm like Joel Osteen in front of my TV, like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But I mean, week 16, Dallas, 2 days after Christmas. I'm sure there's gonna.
That's a win for sure.
Oh, that's a win, right? Dallas, okay. You heard it here first. That's a win for Philadelphia.
I don't know, like, you know, like, even if it's like, you know, like maybe like to take the lead for the division, like, I just feel like the Eagles are just gonna go in kind of knowing, you know, what to expect, a hostile environment, to prepare. You know, they get booed at home when they start playing bad, so. You know, it's no different than going on the road.
I mean, those Eagle fans are no joke.
They'll let you know, man. You know, they're not happy. They're like, hey, this is not up to par to our expectation, you know?
And I always said this, like, I am more scared of Philadelphia Eagle fans than I am of Raider fans because Eagle fans threw snowballs at Santa. That tells you enough. That tells you enough that, hey man, if they can boo Santa and throw snowballs at Santa, forget it. They don't care about anything. They don't care about crap. Like I'm good.
They care, like we're passionate about our team. So like if they're not performing up to like the a level that we know they're capable of, like hey, it's like hey, step it up.
Yeah.
You guys are capable of much better.
And then week 17, you guys finish at home. It's against Washington. You haven't seen them until week 1, so of course a lot of dynamics are going to change, and then that's your season. So best case scenario, what happens to the Philadelphia Eagles this year? What happens to Philadelphia best case?
So I would say for the second 8 games, 5-3 also. I could see us losing to the Saints, the Packers, and then just a fluke game somewhere there, that they just maybe don't take the Browns seriously, they just we lost to the Dolphins last season, a game I thought we wouldn't lose.
It happens, man. It happens. It happens.
We beat the Packers, just like with the playoff teams, we just like handily beat them.
And then it comes
to the Dolphins. So I'm just throwing out, one of those games out there, that they're just gonna a winnable game that they should have no reason to lose, but somehow maybe even the Cardinals game, they start looking too much ahead. Towards the Cowboys game, they don't prepare so much for the Cardinals, thinking too much of the Cowboys or something like that.
All right, so you're saying best case 10-6 overall.
Yeah.
Oof.
I'm still happy with that, I feel like we'd be in contention for a playoff spot at that point.
Worst case. What do you think is the worst case for the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, if everything goes to crap, just lay it on me, man. What happens?
Let me see. Hold on. 1 second. 2, 3.
He's thinking. Because
like a 7 and 9, maybe.
Oof, you're generous. You're very generous.
Well, yeah, you're saying worst case. I'm thinking, like Wentz is like massive injury, stuff like that.
I mean, the way I see your schedule, I think best case, I agree with you, 10-6, and maybe the final spot in the playoffs, if not the division. I think worst case, though, honestly, 5-11. I can see so much crap happening after week. I mean, look, you mentioned it. Wentz's injury history, not the best. Okay, we're going to throw it out there. I don't know how I feel about your secondary yet. Your offense is in a whole nother new, I wouldn't say new wave, but they're new guys. So,
for sure, like the defense, like our linebackers are kind of not good. And then if the secondary, the rebuilt secondary, if it doesn't, just doesn't come together, like it's just like that. Maybe our offense is pretty good, but then our defense just is very porous and just can't stop anyone.
I feel you on that. So I agree, 10-6 with you on that. If everything goes your guys' way. Worst case, I see 5-11, and I don't even know where you guys go from there, because that's such a drag. Because a couple of years ago, I mean, you guys have been Super Bowl hopefuls. It's just right now, it just seems like it's just dwindling a little bit, knowing like, hey man, that window might be closing sooner than we thought. So just kind of hang it tough in there, but you still have some key pieces. It's just
relatively healthy. I feel like we have a chance to, be a contender. Like maybe not necessarily win it all, but of course I'm gonna say we are, because that's the dream of every fan. I'm sure you're saying the Raiders are gonna win it all this year.
I mean, we're all 0-0, right? I mean, we're all. I mean, last I checked, we're all 0-0. So I mean, of course, we're gonna go all the way,
Of course, we're winning it all.
It's just
double doink, going in your favor. And,
and sometimes that's all it takes. So, you ready to move on? You ready to talk about your other favorite team in the NFC East? The Dallas Cowboys. And here we go. So, we already do have a comment about the Cowboys by a guy named Francisco Jimenez. Cowboys going 7-9, and you can count on them choking again. Okay, well that was quick. So here we go, week 1. They come to Los Angeles actually to play the Rams on Sunday Night Football. So of course, the Rams' new stadium. They got to give them a primetime game. Why not just give it to Dallas? Because they are America's darlings, okay? They are America's darlings when it comes to football. Week 2, they got the Falcons. Week 3, they got to go to Seattle. Week 4, they got the Browns. Week 5, they got the Giants. And week 6, they got the Cardinals on Monday Night Football. All those 3 games at home. They got the Redskins at Washington, week 7. Then they got to go to Philadelphia for that week 8 matchup. Then week 9, they got the Steelers. And then week 10, they got the bye. Look, I'm looking at the schedule right now. And from where I'm standing at with the Cowboys right now, 8-1. I think they go 8-1.
In the first 9 games, 8-1.
8-1. What I believe is it's true. I think the defense is going to come. Well, I'm thinking like this. I think the defense is going to get healthier because they did have a couple injuries. It's going to come back. They don't have the best defense, but it's a solid defense. It's to the point where if they could just hold them, it'll be fine. And I'm thinking right now with the way everything is going, I think 7-2, 8-1. I'm sure a lot of Cowboy fans are happy about that, but I have them going that route. I mean, they look too good on offense, and their defense is going to come back healthier. So, I'm just going by what I'm seeing right now on paper. Because, look, on paper, they look better than the Rams. On paper, they look better than the Falcons. Maybe not against Seattle, but it's going to be close. They're way more polished than the Browns.
It's better on paper. That's not how you flip the game. Just because you're better on paper,
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. But I'm just looking at it from the aspect of just right now because none of these teams have played yet.
Should win it, you're saying?
Yeah, they should win it. And then, they look better than the Browns. They look better than the Giants. They look better than the Cardinals. They look better than the Redskins. The Eagles is going to be a tough one, but right now I think at Philadelphia, they probably lose that one just because it's at Philly. I think the crowd's going to get behind them. And then I don't know if Big Ben's going to play or not. I don't know. Last time I saw Big Ben, he looked like the Michelin Man on the sideline. So I don't know. I don't know. So right now, the way I see it, 8-1, 7-2. That's the way I see it. So here we go. Week 10 is their bye. Week 11, they got to go to Minnesota. Then they got the Redskins on Thanksgiving. Then they have to go to Baltimore for a Thursday Night Football matchup against Lamar Jackson and the gang. Then they got to go to Cincinnati in Week 14. Then they got to go, or they come home, and it's the 90s. It's the throwback to the 90s. They got the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. They got the Eagles at home Week 16. And then they finish on the road Week 17 against the Giants. So overall, best case scenario for the Dallas Cowboys, man, I know a lot of people are going to hate me right now, and they're going to probably call me a Cowboy lover or this and that. Man, honestly, I got them going 12-4. Best case scenario, 12-4.
We're not looking at the schedule like I feel.
Because, look, I know they can handle Washington. I know they can handle Cincinnati. I know they can handle the Giants on the road. I just don't know if Minnesota's going to be up to par. I don't know if they're going to hang with Baltimore. I don't know if they're going to hang with the 49ers. And I don't know if, maybe the Eagles give them a, sweet, beat down at Dallas. I don't know. It's just 12-4, I think, is the best case. I think worst case, honestly, here, 10-6. So they're still going to have a winning season. It's just not going to be to the hype what everybody thinks it's going to be. And I know I'm going to hear it right now. I'm going to see a bunch of, comments on my YouTube page and on Facebook Live. 7-9. Screw the Cowboys. Who cares? Stuff like that. But honestly and truly, I think the Cowboys are just too talented to not compete and try to make a push for a late playoff run. That's my thing. They're just...
For me, personally, looking at the schedule, I can see them losing 6 or 7 games.
And that, I can
see them losing to the Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
One to the Eagles. To the Seahawks. Cardinals.
Ooh. Whew. They lose to the Cardinals? They lose. If they lose to the Cardinals on Monday Night Football, that sign right there says it all. Like, oh man, what's going on? What's going on? They should be able.
It's the Cowboys, and an accident waiting to happen. They should win. They're favored. That maybe they had the lead. They just find a way to lose.
It's just, I don't know, but I'm gonna give Cowboy fans some hope. They need some hope, and it's not gonna come from Stephen A. Smith. It's definitely not gonna come from you, and it's definitely not gonna come from my brother. I will be the hope of the Cowboy fans everywhere, saying, "You guys are gonna go 12-4. You guys are gonna win the division, and you guys are gonna make a late playoff push." Now we'll recap it when the season's over, and we'll go from there.
I think that's where I said Baltimore, personally, but
so here we go.
Like them, so
I feel you. I feel you on that. So moving on to the New York Giants. So they have the Steelers week 1, Monday Night Football. That's going to be fun. Week 2, they got to go to Chicago to face the Bears. Week 3, they got the Niners. Week 4, they got to go to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Week 5, they got to go to Dallas. Week 6, they got the Redskins. And then week 7, quick turnaround, they got to go to Philadelphia to play the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. Week 8, they got Tampa Bay. Week 9, they got Washington at Washington. And then week 10, the Eagles again at home. Look, I'm going to be very blunt. The way the schedule makers set up for the Giants for the first half, man, I even hate to say this, but I'm thinking 3-7 here. I'm thinking 3-7. It's just I still don't trust Daniel Jones. I still don't trust that defense. The only person I trust in that Giants organization right now is Saquon Barkley. That's the only guy I trust. But even then, it's like, well, that's all they really got. So, 3-7.
I just feel like the Giants have a lot of work to do, all over, offensive line, defense. They just seem to have a lot of holes.
So, it's going to be interesting. So, week 11 is their bye. Week 12, they got to go to Cincinnati. Week 13, they got to go to Seattle. Week 14, 15, back-to-back home games against the Cardinals and Brown. Week 16, they got to go to the Ravens to play Baltimore. And then week 17, they end the year playing the Cowboys. Look, the way I see this right now, I think the best case scenario for them would be 7-9. Would be 7-9. Worst case scenario, honestly, I'm just gonna throw it out there. 4-12. 4-12 and try again next year. I mean, I just
Yeah, I don't know. The Giants just seem to be a mess, dude. Like I feel like they just don't really know what direction they want to take the team. You know, like moving on from Eli Manning. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like it feels like they should be better. Like given that they got a little bit younger, but it just seems like they're kind of odd, like pieces that don't fit together as well.
Look, for me, the Giants are building it right. They're starting with the offensive line. They're going to keep building. It's just going to take time because, look, a lot of people were so upset, like, Eli sucks. He should have retired years ago. Well, now every Giants fan that wanted him gone got their wish. Eli's gone, and this is your new future now. So hopefully this Daniel Jones kid pick works out, because if not, you're going to miss Eli Manning. So, I think that's the thing. It's fans don't appreciate what they got until they're gone. You know what I mean? Like for me, it was Nnamdi Asomugha all those years ago. I didn't know. Like I knew how great of a corner. I knew he was a great corner. I just didn't think it was going to take years to build that secondary again. Like it's been years since we've had a shutdown corner. Now, I'm hoping it's that Trayvon Mullen kid because he showed promise. But even so, a lot of Raider fans didn't respect what they had when they had Nnamdi on the team, and then when he left, it's like, oh man, we really needed him. Like, oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we freaking did. So, so.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's kind of weird how that works sometimes. Like after Brian Dawkins left, it was we had a couple years that we just our safety was like pretty bad. It wasn't really until we signed Malcolm Jenkins that we finally had someone back there that was like a leader for that secondary.
Oh yeah, you guys did have a chance to draft the safety. It's just you passed on Earl Thomas to get who again? Who'd you guys get again? Earl Thomas could have been an Eagle, bro. Let's put it that way. It's just it didn't work out in your guys' favor that year. So I don't know. I have no clue. But yeah.
Like what you said, like on paper, is like things should work out, but that's not always the case. Just because it's on paper, it's a good fit, it's a good, pairing, whatever. It just doesn't always work out.
It's weird. Football's weird, but again, best case for the Giants, I think 7-9. Worst case, 4-12, and just go back to the drawing board, get yourself another top pick player, and then just have another free agency class where maybe it can help down the road. And lastly, the last team of the series, the Washington Redskins. Here we go. Week 1, they got Philadelphia at home. Weeks 2 and 3, back on the road, back-to-back road. They got to go to Arizona to play the Cardinals. Then they got to go to the Browns. Weeks 4 and 5, they're back at home with back-to-back home games. They got the Ravens and the Rams coming in. Week 6, they're back on the road to face the Giants. And then week 7, they got Dallas at home. So right away, 3 early division games right away. So, it's pretty good, like how they set it up for him. It's very well balanced. Home, away, home, away, home. So it's very balanced, but again, just because of the Redskins.
I feel the Redskins will do better just because they have Ron Rivera, like a pretty decent coach.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, he's more than decent.
It's going to depend on like Dwayne Haskins, like how much he progresses, from to the next year. Like if he's still playing like last year, then it's not going to be much help to Ron. But if he takes a couple strides, for getting better, then they might not be. They're not going to be a contender, but they can upset some teams here and there. Like take some games off.
Oh yeah, but I think that defense is going to be well off because they have Ron Rivera, and then now they have Jack Del Rio as the defensive coordinator. So I think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out in their favor. So then at that point, week 8 is their bye. The Giants at home in week 9. Week 10, they got to go to Detroit. Week 11, they got the Bengals. And then 4 days later, Thanksgiving Day, they got to go to Dallas. Week 13, they got to go to Steelers. Week 14, they got to go to the Niners. Weeks 15 and 16, back-to-back home games against the Seahawks. And this is actually a game that I'm waiting for. Week 16, they got to go to the Panthers, or they got the home game against the Panthers. And I'm sure Ron Rivera has like a calendar somewhere in his office. And there's like a big red circle somewhere. And he's just waking up every day. Is it week 16 yet? Nope. Okay, going back to bed. You know, he's got that circle. And I'm going to tune into that game. I am, because I'm sure Ron Rivera just wants to just stick it in there. Just
it's those revenge games, right? You know, so anytime a player goes back, it's a team. They always like get that extra little factor of like. Hey,
but when it's a coach,
what you get from letting me go.
You know, a player's one thing, but I think it's more when a coach does it. You get to see like his very absolute best for one game. You get to see what he really is behind. I guess you would say behind the scenes, because you see these coaches after the games and they talk in press conferences. They're very subtle. They're very, professional. There's this one few instances where sometimes a coach gets a revenge game and you get to see that behind the scenes look of how they really are. I'm pretty sure they're going to blitz a lot in that game. Like, I'm pretty sure. And that's one of my top 10 games for next year is the Panthers versus the Redskins. It's just, there's a lot to it, and man, I can't wait. And then week 17, they finish on the road to Philadelphia. So for me, best case, man, I hate to do this to them. 6-10 is the best case. Worst case is,
that's still an improvement from what they did last year. So like
it is
right, because it's like a step. Like some teams don't get in like instantly better, like the Niners that just like top 10 pick Super Bowl contenders.
Oh yeah, no, those are very rare.
Progressively get better every year. It's like 2-win teams to like 5-win teams, like 8-win teams.
Little by little, but I think worst case, if Dwayne Haskins doesn't improve, that offense is going nowhere. Man, I hate to do this to them, but this is gonna sound really freaking brutal. I got them at 2-14. 2-14. Yeah, I hate to do it to them, but I think the only wins I see here right now, Bengals and the Panthers. That's their only 2 wins I see right now.
I mean, I feel like maybe they might not see an improvement win-wise, but I feel like they'll see an improvement in the play of the players.
I think so.
I feel like Ron Rivera is going to help that team out a lot. So like maybe they won't rack up the wins, but you'll see that they'll be competitive. I mean, more games. Like they just won't be pushed over.
I think so. I mean, it's a wait and see type of game, but I'm excited for it. And like I mentioned, best case 6-10, and I think worst case 2-14, and they possibly might get the number 1 pick. I think right now Washington is one of those teams that it just feels like they might get that number 1 pick, and that would be very interesting to see at that point. So,
We'll see, man. We'll see.
But other than that, that is going to do it for today. So, Eric Tortuga, I thank you for coming on to the show today, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, hopefully it sounded good on your end, because like it's a little choppy on my end, but
nah,
I
mean, I was hearing it fine. I think we're all okay, and it happens, man. Look, we're not techie millionaires. We don't have that type of money. We're trying to do the best we can, and this is just the times we live in right now. So.
Yeah, as long as you were here, hear the dialogue, and that's good. Like it's just like on my end, it sounded like I would talk, and then I would hear like 2 seconds later.
No, I mean, you're fine.
Are you talking or am I talking? It's like, who's talking today?
Nah, it's all good, man. But no, I do appreciate you coming in today, my man. All right, we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, man. Take care, man. Stay safe, man. Be nice.
You too, bro. Take care. That was Tortuga, everybody. He is as I mentioned, he is an avid Eagles fan. He loves his Philadelphia Eagles. He has high hopes for this team. I think they're good. We'll see how it goes. I mean, the NFC East is going to get interesting because, as I mentioned, the Cowboys got better. The Giants are a question mark, and the Redskins are a question mark. It all depends on who responds with their coaching staff, and that's what I think is. The Cowboys might look good, but are they going to like Mike McCarthy? Are the Redskins going to like the way Ron Rivera comes in and tries to change the culture? Can the Eagles look like they were Super Bowl contenders from a couple years ago, and then the Giants were going to finally get a taste of what it's like without Eli Manning there? So overall, I have the Cowboys winning this division, but it's a we'll see type of deal, and that will do it for this series. We are good with the schedules. So it was a week ago that the schedules came out, and that is it, everybody. The NFC East was the last team. So now it's all what we're going to do. We'll probably do a last dance recap on Sunday, the 10-part document series of the Chicago Bulls. And after that, we'll try to find some new stuff to do on the show. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in every day for this whole week. It was awesome. I want to thank everybody that participated. I want to thank everybody who left comments, who loves the videos, everybody that left me nice comments on YouTube, saying they keep loving the videos, bring more. And, I appreciate that. As I always say, these videos are more for you guys to kind of get a distraction out of life right now, because we all can use that. And, other than that, do we have any other questions? Nope, we are good. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody who did tune in. And, we'll see you guys probably Sunday for the 10-part document series finale of the Chicago Bulls. So everybody take care. Have a wonderful night and enjoy your weekend, everybody.